The all-new Samsung Galaxy A33 or the year-old Samsung Galaxy A52. Which of these is the better investment? The A33 is Samsung's latest release meant as a successor to the A32, but it seems to pack just as much power as the higher Galaxy A53. While the Samsung Galaxy A52 was one of the most recommended mid-rangers of 2021 and even now is still very relevant for 2022. Interestingly, both devices cost about the same price. One is powered by the Exynos 1280 and the other supports the older but reliable Snapdragon 720G. Which should you spend your money on? Let's find out. The Samsung Galaxy A33 is easily the best to recommend of the A series for the year 2022 as it's the most significant upgrade from its predecessor, packing just as much power as the A53 thanks to the Exynos 1280. And it retails for just under $350. That's just about the same pricing as the Samsung Galaxy A52 from last year, which was the best of the A series for its generation. Purchasing either of these two provides a different unboxing experience. The Galaxy A33 comes without a charger, only gets a Type-C to Type-C cable. The A52 however comes with complete accessories except earphones. That includes a 15W charger, transparent protective casing, and even a pre-installed screen protector. They both support 25W fast charging, but only the A52 has a charger you can actually use. You need to spend extra for a 25W charger. On specifications, the Galaxy A33 is much closer to the A52 and probably has the edge in most areas, as long as we choose to ignore the Infinity U display as opposed to the center hole punch display on the A52 and higher A series. Also on design, the Samsung Galaxy A33 gets the more recent design of the new A series, which is just a refined version of what we have on the Galaxy A52. They're both built with plastic on the rear and Gorilla Glass 5 on the display. Both get IP67 water and dust resistant, so pretty much the same build quality. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A33 supports 5G, while the A52 is a 4G device, at least for this region. So if 5G connectivity is a priority, then you know which has the advantage and is also the more future-proof. They are both dual SIM devices and both also get stereo speaker setup. The A33 lacks a headphone jack, so there you go. The A52 comes with more accessories, retains the headphone jack, and its price is same and will probably cost less in a few weeks thanks to the A53. Moving forward, both devices are Samsung devices and run on Samsung software on Android 12. That is One UI 4.1. Now, they are both expected to get a few years of software support, but the A33 being the more recent device gets more years of updates, at least 3. Now, the A52 gets just 2 more as it's currently gotten its first major OS upgrade being Android 12. Kudos to Samsung though for being the only Android manufacturer in the mid-range segment currently with proper and stable Android 12 software. Now, still speaking of software, there is a missing feature on the A33. It does not have always on display. This is a feature expected to be on devices with AMOLED display, but for some reason it is absent on the A33. Hopefully Samsung brings it with an update, but until then, if you use AOD, well, you can't have that here on the A33 right now. So software experience is pretty much the same except for the absence of AOD on the Galaxy A33. On display specifications, aside the obvious selfie camera style, they have good looking Samsung AMOLED displays, both 1080p and both with 90Hz screen refresh rate. The Samsung Galaxy A33 has thicker chin and its display is slightly smaller at 6.4 inches, while the A52 is 6.5 inches, and due to the center hole punch camera, one can say it's the better looking display. On battery, the A33 has the bigger 5000 mAh battery, so it should have the slightly better battery life when compared to the Samsung Galaxy A52, which has a 4500 mAh battery. Now, for their processors, the Samsung Galaxy A33 has the better and more efficient 5nm Exynos 1280, which as you can see from benchmarks has the significantly higher scores. Regardless though, both devices are capable and will handle whatever you throw at them without stress. They both come with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory, which is expandable by SD card. Both get the same options for RAM Plus should you ever need virtual RAM support. When it comes to gaming, however, the Samsung Galaxy A52 gets the advantage being the more optimized for high graphics titles, so it gets to play at higher graphics settings on heavy titles, while the Samsung Galaxy A33 still needs some optimization from game developers, so it can fully take advantage of that Exynos processor as it's more than capable. It does however play games very well at high frame rates, just not with high graphics. In the camera department, the Samsung Galaxy A52 has the better specs, at least on paper, compared to what we have on the A33. It has the higher main, ultra-wide, depth and selfie cameras. They both get OIS on their rear camera. Now, when comparing pictures from these two, they both do really great with photos. The A33 has the lesser 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, but I'd say it measures up real good compared to the 12-megapixel ultra-wide on the A52. And when you switch to the selfie camera, you can easily tell the difference between them. While the A52 gets the higher 32-megapixel selfie camera, the A33 looks to have sharper selfies and just looks better overall. Maybe it's just my eyes, but what do you guys think? The quality here looks close to what I got with the A53. A comparison with that is coming up soon. On video, both devices can shoot 4K 30fps from selfie and rear cameras, and they get OIS on the rear camera.
Okay, so this is the rear camera of the Samsung Galaxy A33 and the Samsung Galaxy A52. They are both currently shooting at 4K 30fps. They both have optical image stabilization. I'm going down the stairs right now to test the stabilization. Let me know what you think about the quality coming from both of these smartphones. They can both shoot at 4K 30 frames per second. You can get ultra steady at 1080p 30 frames per second. But this is 4K 30 fps with optical image stabilization. I'm trying to walk faster to see just how well both can be stabilized. Maybe I should just try running. Yep, this is what it looks like from their rear cameras. Let me know what you think. Okay, hello YouTube. So this is the Samsung Galaxy A52 versus Samsung Galaxy A33. Currently shooting on their selfie cameras, both shooting at 4K 30 frames per second. Let me know what you think about the quality, the video quality, and also the microphone quality. From viewfinder, it looks like the Samsung Galaxy A33 does better overall. The A52 kind of has some overexposure going on there. But then this is just from the viewfinder. I'll find out when I view from another display, precisely from my PC. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Peace.
Switching to super slow motion video, which would you say has the better quality between these two? The fact that these devices have a lot in common only amplifies how good of an upgrade the A33 is from its predecessor, but that's not the reason for this video. We are focused on how it compares to the already great A52 and if it's a better purchase. So a summary of the comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A33 and A52 would be: the A33 has the better processor, it has 5G connectivity, gets longer software support, and is also the more recent device. The Galaxy A52 has the better display design, has the headphone jack, also comes with more accessories so you don't have to spend extra, performs good enough, and cameras can be even better if you use Gcam. So whichever you choose will do just fine, but these are the advantages you get on either one. If you don't mind the missing headphone jack, accessories, and that notch, I'll say you can go for the A33, especially since it's the newer device with longer software support. If these things are essential, then the A52 is the better option for you. You can look forward to my video on the A33 versus the A53. Also, don't forget to hit that like button if this video was helpful. Peace.